Xavier, back again. I have this sample pack I released for free about a week ago, and I have a sample from it that I want to use to demonstrate a couple topics for you today. The sample is called Wormholes. I'll let you hear that in a second, but I chose this sample because the root note is basically just sticking to one note, and what I want to do is show you guys the industry standard go-to 808 patterns. I watch tutorials all the time, but apparently no one really talks about this formula, and it's definitely going to be useful to you programming 808s in the future. Here's the sample. And B section. So I'm going to separate the A and B section out, throw some light effects on, and I'll come back and start up the drums and show you what I mean. Open up my drum kit with a standard clap on the 3s here and a 2-step hat. And what I'm going to do is just leave that rhythm section like so, super simple, and just start dragging in 808s, see what fits the best. And I will demonstrate this concept that I want to get across to you guys. Okay, so this A808 is perfect for what I want to show you. Keep in mind, when I show you this pattern, what I like to do and what most producers do is stick to this pattern, but take notes in and out of the pattern to create space and make it unique. And I'll show you the main pattern now. It just follows a certain bounce. So in double time, like 136 BPM, here's what the pattern's going to look like. And we can really loop these first two bars because that's what it comes down to. So this is the full pattern. It screams trap music right off the bat, and it is a surefire way to get your 808s knocking and fit with the beat. One thing producers like to do is add little double hits at the end and at the beginning of the certain hits. For example, you could throw a hit here. That's what that would sound like. It gives that actual little bounce to it, and a popular one is right at the end of this note as well. Kind of leads into that next note with a little stutter like. That's the rubric you want to stick to. A lot of the time you don't want to use all 5 of those notes in 2 bars. You want to use them sparingly. Something that's popular to do is do this type of thing. Leaves lots of space for a rapper to catch that little pocket. And something you could even do is have those first 3 notes like I showed, but then drop out those other ones, and then maybe drop this last one out. It's another good example of using space to fill out the 808 pattern without being too busy. Now, what I want to do is show you the way I would approach this particular loop and certain notes of it to embellish on that regular pattern, make it unique, and most importantly, make it fit to the beat itself. So I'm going to put one on the 1 right out of the gate. Maybe here. And maybe the second note in this second bar like that. Copy that over, and then maybe throw in this note. This little grace note leading into the beginning of the pattern again, with the full note stretched out, sounds like this. And for example, what I like to do is, since I have the envelope on quick samplers set like a square like this, the note of the 808 cuts off when the MIDI note ends. So for these little double notes, it makes for a cool stop-start effect. That's gonna sound like this. The more complicated the drums and the melody, the less notes in this pattern that you want to use. So now what I'm going to do is erase this pattern and come back to it once I flesh out the drums a little more. I'm thinking I'll put some hi-hat rolls in, maybe a snare. So now what I'm going to do is create an 808 pattern that accounts for the more complexity of the drum loop as well. Throw this clap pattern down once again. Finally, let's get into that 808 and make a somewhat simpler pattern. That'll about do it for me. I'm gonna go ahead, drop out, and mix and arrange the beat out, and I'll show you guys the final beat at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and download that free Realm sample pack below, as well as the Cosmic Drum Bundle Kit I will have linked. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Friday.
Peace.